Hello, my tacos and taquitos. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on the time that you're watching this video. Our topic today is going to be about persuasive writing. To recap, persuasive writing or persuasive language can be used in our daily activities or throughout our day. We can use persuasive writing whenever we are in debates or whenever we want to convince adults to do things for us, for example, giving you free play. To successfully write in a convincing way or for persuasive writing, we use the acronym FORESTRY. What does F stand for? F stands for facts. For example, the sun rises from the east is a fact. Why is it that we have to include facts in our persuasive writing? Because you want whatever side of the argument you're on or whatever that you are trying to convince your audience of to be based on something that's undisputed, something that has been proven as a fact. We support our facts with our opinions. Opinions in persuasive writing are best stated as a fact. For example, an opinion is, I think the sun is too bright. This is known to be an opinion because of the phrase, I think. It can also be switched to the phrase, I believe the sun is too bright. If we want this opinion to be stated as a fact, we're simply going to cancel out I think. So it's going to start with, the sun is too bright. Rhetorical questions come next. What are rhetorical questions? Rhetorical questions are questions that are there to create a dramatic effect or used to make a point. We are not actually looking for answers when we ask rhetorical questions within our writing, because you don't know who's going to be reading whatever you wrote, and you're not going to wait for an answer from them. The reason why we put rhetorical questions is that we want to engage their mind with what we are writing. So even if they don't answer our question aloud, their mind is going to try to answer the question as they read your writing, as they read along with your writing. The fourth thing that we have to place or use in our persuasive writing is emotive language. What is emotive language? Emotive language is when we use descriptive words that evoke an emotional response from the reader. So apart from just engaging their minds with rhetorical questions, we also want to engage their emotions. So whenever you're trying to convince someone to do something for you that they don't necessarily have to do, the best way to do it is to engage their mind, engage their emotions, and support your argument with facts as well as your opinions. Another thing that can be used to support your argument is the use of statistics. Statistics are numbers that support the argument or facts. So you're not only just stating the fact, you're also solidifying it by using numbers that support your facts. Another thing to remember is the rule of three. What is the rule of three? The rule of three is, for example, like the slogan, reuse, reduce, recycle, or even Nike's slogan, just do it. Right? What you recognize is these are three words. These are also three words. Why do we use three words? Three words are memorable, they are concise, and they emphasize. And the human brain is just going to remember it and appreciate it much more. What we do with the rule of three, or what we do with our emotive language or rhetorical questions, is we repeat them. Why is there repetition in persuasive writing? Because the more you repeat your point, the harder you drive it. We repeat to emphasize and to provide clarity. Now remember that for repetition, you don't want your point to be repeated in the same paragraph. You want to kind of give space between your point. For example, you can use the slogan reuse, reduce, recycle in your introduction, use it again in your main paragraph, and then use it again in your conclusion. So whenever your reader is reading your article or your writing piece, he's going to be exposed to reuse, reduce, recycle multiple times, and therefore he will remember it. The last thing you have to remember is you, the use of personal pronouns that are used for effect. For example, if I ended my letter with "you can make a difference," my reader or my audience is going to feel as if I'm directly speaking to them and I'm directly giving them the responsibility. That's why we use personal pronouns in persuasive writing. It's completely different than when we are using the language for formal writing. All right? One thing that you might want to keep in mind is the use of alliterations, which are words that begin with the same sounds. And why do we use that? Because it just makes our writing a little bit more attractive. Now, for your task, please write a persuasive letter to Dal, convincing them to become more environmentally friendly. Please make sure to include most of the forestry, if not all. Thank you.